All right, now we have some new symbols that we need to talk about. We've always done it with the X in elementary school, right? It's always with the X. Well, now that we're in middle school, we're going to do something else beside the X. We're going to do a dot, okay? That dot is another name for multiplication, all right? The dot is another name for multiplication because we're going to be using X as a variable soon, so we don't want to use an X for times anymore. But we're going to keep it going, and then in a couple of weeks, we're going to put the X in retirement. And every once in a while, he'll come back out, and he'll play a role later. But just to let you know, if you see a dot, that means multiplication. If you see a parenthesis beside a parenthesis, that means multiplication, right? So if there's nothing in between, that means multiplication. If you see a 0.7 parenthesis 0.4, guess what that means? Multiplication. So now you have got 1, 2, 3 new ways of writing multiplication. So now if I were to solve these, you're going to get the same answer. So I'm going to have 0 and 7/10 times 0 and 4/10. All right? 4 times 7 is 28. Carry my 2. 4 times 0 is 0. Plus 2 is 2. Now I'm going to do the 0. So when I go to do the 0, really you don't need to do the 0, but we're going to do it anyway. So there's the 0. It's in the second place. That means I have to start in the second column. So I have to put a placeholder. 0 times 7 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. So really it didn't change our answer. So when we go to add it, we're going to get 8, 2. I can bring the 0 down. Now, where does your decimal go? I have 1, 2 places behind the decimals, right? Look, 1, 2. That means I'm going to have 2 places behind the decimal. If I go here, it's only 1 place. Here is 2 places. 1, 2. So your answer is 28 hundredths. Now let's do another one. Now look, there's a decimal. There's that dot in the middle, not decimal. There's a dot. That means 1 and 4/10 times 3 and 67 hundredths. Well, multiplication has commutative property. That means 3 and 67 hundredths times 1 and 4/10 is going to be exactly the same thing. It doesn't matter who's in front in multiplication. So I'm going to put the longer number on top. 3 and 67 hundredths times 1 and 4/10. Now, if I go too fast, pause it and rewind it. But do this with me. You ready? All right. First of all, I'm going to do the first number. I'm going to get a different color so we can see it. I'm going to start off with the 4, okay? I'm going to multiply 4 by every single thing on the top. So I'm going to say 4 times 7 is 28. Carry my 2. 4 times 6 is 24. Plus 2 is 26. Carry my 2. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. Now, I've just done the 4, okay? Now I'm going to come in and I've got to do the 1. I'm going to do the 1 right there. Now notice the 1 is in the second, it's in the second column right here. That means my answer has to start in the second spot right here. What do I have to put in the first spot? I have to put a placeholder. Now, 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. All right, now we're going to add. Make it a different color. 8 plus 0 is 8. 7 and 6 is 13. Carried my 1. 6 and 4 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. Carried my 1. 3, 4, 5. Now, can you tell me where the decimal goes? Well, I've got, let me get a different color here. I got 1, 2 places, 3 places behind the decimal. That means I have to have 3 places. Does it go here? Nope, that's only 1 place. Here? Nope, that's 2 places. Here? Yes, that will be 1, 2, 3 places past the decimal. 5 and 138 thousandths. All right, let's do one last one, and it's time to start. All right, ooh, those are big numbers. It's okay, it's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to put the longer number on top. Remember, this means multiplication. 11 and 36 hundredths times 14 and 7/10. All right, remember, you don't have to line up your decimals. All right, so let's do it. I'm going to get a different color. All right, we're going to start off with the 7, and I'm going to multiply everything by everything on the top. 7 times 6 is 42. Carry my 4. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 4 is 25. Carry my 2. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 is 9. 7 times 1 is 7. All right, 7 is done. Now we have to do the 4. Let me get a different color. Oh, there we go. I'm having a little issue there. All right, so now notice the 4 is in the second column. That means it has to start right here. All right, the second column to the, I guess starting from the right to the left. Have to start here. What has to go under the 2? A placeholder. That's right. 4 times 6 is 24. Carry my 2. Oh, let me put my 2 up there. 4 times 3 is 12. Plus 2 is 14. Carry my 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. 4 times 1 is 4. All right. Now, we have a problem, Houston. Do you know what the problem is? We've got another number right there. Now, notice that's 3 numbers over. That's in the 3rd spot. That means you have to start in the 3rd spot. What has to go in these 2 spots right here? That's right. Placeholders. 1, 2. 2 placeholders. Now, 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. And now let's add. All right, here we go. Let's add it up. 2, 9, up 6 and 4 make 10. Always find those items that make up 10. 6 and 4 make 10, plus 9 is 19. Carry my 1. 7 and 3 make 10. Plus 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Carry my 1. 4, 5, 6, and 1. So I have 166,992. All right, where does the decimal go? Do you guys know? Do you remember? Well, let's look. I've got 1, 2, 3 places behind the decimal. Does it go here? Nope, that's only 1 place. Here. Nope, that's 2 places. Here. Yes. It goes right here. So it's 166 and 992 thousandths. All right, guys, let's do a problem.